100 men. 100 motherfucking men. That is how many Guts slain when he was left behind to fight the Tudor troops while Casca was running to get reinforcements. He slaughtered 100 motherfucking trained troops. And you have to realize he only had one hand at one point. He apparently took out half of 100 troops, 50 troops with one hand swinging his giant sword. This is what we find out in chapter 37 of Berserk, entitled Survival. Incredible. Incredible. Judo even calls him the hero of 100 or something like that. I think it'd be cooler if he was called like the 100-man Slayer or something. But Judo calls him the hero of 100 or some shit like that. And basically, when they arrive on the scene, Judo was like, I can't believe this. He couldn't have slain 100 people. And Guts, like a boss, is just chilling against a tree with his sword. And, you know, Casca's like shaking him and stuff. Wake up, Guts, blah, blah, blah. And Guts is like, stop shaking me. You're just going to make the wounds worse. This dude survived 100 men. Okay? And he's still awake even with all his wounds. And he gets carried back and, you know, we see him being healed or, you know, treated by a doctor, I guess. And the guy's like, well, you're not doing the campaign anymore. And he's like, campaign? He's like, I'll fight until I have to crawl. You know, this and other thing. And, you know, basically Guts is being stubborn. The doctor's like, you know, it's pretty crazy that this dude is still awake and not passed out due to his wounds. However, Griffith is not there. And even one of Casca's troops says it's kind of cold that, you know, Griffith is not there when two of the most vital people in the Band of the Hawk arrived from when they thought they could have possibly been dead. What Casca says, you know, it doesn't seem like Casca's too pissed. And then Judo actually has a conversation with Casca, and Judo can see the change in Casca. She's showing a softer side because Judo, you know, explains what happened with, you know, Griffith's decision. And obviously we knew the nobles that were around him was going to be, you know, strongly opposed to setting out some troops after Guts and Casca. But he said straightforward and plainly, they are vital. Those two are vital to the Band of the Hawk. This, that, and everything. I will not lose them. And that's what Casca has been wanting to hear ever since she joined the Band of the Hawk. That's why she was jealous that Guts, you know, made this change in Griffith, brought about this change in Griffith, heard Griffith say these type of things to Guts, but never to her. And finally he said this. And Judo, you know, I guess probably realized she wanted to hear that as well. And then he gives her something called Elf Dust. And we learned that he was part of an entertainment troupe before he joined the Band of the Hawk. And there was an elf that was traveling with them. And this elf is the person that gave him this elf dust. And apparently, it's very effective medicine. And he says to use it on the hero of 100, which is Guts. And, you know, she's like, wasn't this valuable? And Judo's like, you know, I think it's a good price for 100 dead enemies. Now, I want to know if this is some kind of foreshadowing to the fact that Judo knew Puck. Because we know there's an elf in this story already. And that elf is named Puck. We met him in the beginning of the series, you know, while Guts was traveling as the Black Swordsman. And I'm wondering if Judo knows Elf, or maybe this elf that gave Judo the elf powder is somehow related to Puck. Maybe it's his father, or maybe it's his mentor, or something along those lines. I just have a feeling that this elf that Judo knows is either Puck or related to Puck in some way. And maybe in the future, Guts will run into Judo again as the Black Swordsman, and Judo and Puck will know each other, or something along those lines. Apparently, Griffith is at work council, like I said, while these two are here. But it was good to see, it was good for Judo to explain that to Casca and for us, the audience, how he handled the whole situation. And like I said, Casca was brought to tears that, you know, Griffith said this about her, you know. And we see Casca run off with the elf dust, and she says thank you to Judo, and Judo was like, she's showing a soft side. Did something happen, you know? So he could see a change in Casca, and we're starting to see Casca not be like this hard ass, this very serious individual right now. As she runs over to Guts' side with the elf dust, we see him up on a hill just staring off at the starlight. And to me, it's kind of like, what exactly is he thinking? Because when he was in the battle with the 100 men, he was questioning himself. He was saying, "Why am I here? Why am I in this miserable place? Is it for her sake? No, it probably not." And he says, "All I can think about right now is swinging my blade and how I'm going to kill all these men until the only thing left is my heart beating very slowly, basically." So I have a feeling when as he's up on this hill looking up at the sky, Casca sees him. She wants to, treat his wounds with his elf dust. I have a feeling there's many thoughts running through Guts' head, probably wondering why he was in that situation. Did he do it for Casca? Probably thinking about the whole speech that Griffith gave to Princess Charlotte, chapters ago, about, what a true friend is, and having a reason to live, not just wandering aimlessly, battle to battle, and struggling to survive. I think all these things are probably going through his head right now, especially because he was just in a near-death battle, basically. So I have a feeling we're going to see a change in Guts as these next couple chapters occur. Maybe he's going to start to think maybe he should go on his own after this campaign and find his own reason to live. But we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on my thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this chapter, chapter 37 of Berserk, entitled Survive. Like the video if you feel I deserve it. Subscribe if you're a new viewer and you want to see more of my content. And please do not use ad blocker whenever you watch any of my videos if you want to support me 100%. And I urge you to do the same for any of your favorite YouTubers. If you want to support your favorite YouTubers 100%, please do not use ad blocker, as they'll gain ad revenue and whatnot from you watching their videos. But that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching my Berserk Chapter 37 review entitled Survive. Hope you enjoyed. I really appreciate you guys watching it. I'll catch you in the next Berserk review.